Hi everyone, welcome to my craft room. Today I want to show you how I get a book ready to sew in signatures. So what I do is I take the book and I slice it in the front, and then I slice it in the back, and then I take the insides of the book out, leaving only the book cover. So and then I take bookbinding tape. The hardest part is getting it started. So this is like a nylon tape, and I'm going to put it right in here to reinforce the spine of the book. And then what I do is the very first page of the book usually matches the inside cover. So I'm going to make this a little narrower. And then I'm going to take some Mod Podge and apply that to this paper, which is the front page of the book. And then I'm just going to apply it right on top of that binding, and then press it down into the spine. And then what I'm going to do is I've decided that I'm going to do 3 signatures on this book. So I'm going to go halfway, and I'm going to put a dot right in the middle. And then I'm going to put a dot above it and a dot below it. So now I have 3 dots. So then I'm going to go about an inch down from the spine and put a dot in the middle, a dot above, and a dot below, trying to make it consistent all the way across. And then I will put 3 dots down here, 1 in the middle, 1 above, and 1 down below. And then I'm going to take an awl, and I am going to push it right through the book, through that hole. I'm going to do that with all the holes. Okay, now I'm going to let this one dry. I'm going to go to one that I already started. This one already has the holes in it, and I already have the holes punched. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use parchment paper. This is 32 weight ivory parchment paper, and I'm going to fold it in half. I've already measured it, so it's the right length of the book. So it's the same length, so it doesn't stick up above. So I'm doing 4 pages in here, so I'm going to stack them all together inside of each other. This will be 4 pieces of paper, so that'll be 8 pages in the first signature. So now I'm going to take this paper, and I'm going to line it up with the edges of the book. I'm going to take a pen, and I'm going to mark where my holes are. 1 hole, there's the middle hole, and there's the other hole. So now I'm going to take these and I'm going to turn them inside out. So now I can see the marks I just did. So I'm going to take the awl, and I'm going to punch through all 4 pages. 1, 2, and then the last one. Okay, now I'm going to turn it right side out again. So now I'm right where I started from the beginning, where my marks are. Now I am going to use waxed thread, and a very thick needle, because it's easier to thread that through the eye of the needle if it's bigger. So I'm going to go through the center hole first. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to go through the center hole, but the very edge. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go at the very edge, the farthest one away from me. And I'm going to pull that through. I'm going to pull quite a bit through. And then I'm going to go to the very top hole on that same side. So I'm on the outside edge of the book. So I'm going to come through, and I'm going to go through the hole up at the top. So I went in the middle, went through the book. Now I'm coming back through the book up top. Now I'm going to take the thread and go all the way down to the bottom hole. And then I'm going to go in the bottom hole all the way on the side. So now on the back side, this is what I have. So now I'm going to go back in the center hole where I started. The center hole, right where the thread's coming out. And I'm going to go back in that hole. And I'm going to pull that needle through. Now, I'm going to pull that thread really tight. Now, I want one of the threads to be on one side of this center thread that runs from the top to the bottom, and I want the other thread to be on the other side. So I want this to be right in the middle. Now I'm going to tie a knot with that thread. I'm going to pull that tight. Don't worry about ripping the pages because it won't rip. I thought it would too. And then pull it really tight. And then what you want to do is trim your ends. And that is your first signature. Now your next signature, you're going to go in the middle holes. And then your last signature will go in the very end holes. So what we end up with is 3 signatures all sewn in the back of the book. And that's how you do it. Thanks for watching.